Howdy, folks. This is Left Hand Path here. You can call me Left or Left Hand. I'm here with y'all with one of my first little guides here. Just the way I play Azucena and trying to share that knowledge with everybody else that's trying to learn this character too. This is meant to be very quick and easy, sort of kind of go over the mindsets of why you're going to be using these moves. And I hope that by applying these moves into your next match, that you'll see some immediate results. These three moves are essential in every levels of play. I've been using these moves from Tekken King all the way to God 3. Don't pay attention to the Flame Ruler rank right there. But I'm gonna present you the move, show you the frames, and I'll tell you the mindset that I bring when I'm using these moves. The very first move I want to talk about is While Standing 1. While Standing 1 right here, you see it's safe on block at -8. Now typically at -9, that's when you lose your turn. Anything more than that, and it's punishable. At -8, I wouldn't necessarily recommend sidestepping unless the opponent is respecting your frames. But nevertheless, it's -8, and it's good to just throw it out in neutral. Just do this, do a couple back steps, just go for it, If the opponent gets hit by it, what's great about this move, if the opponent gets hit by it, is that it's a counter hit for full combo. Ain't that amazing? Not only is it safe, not only does it counter hit, but again, this is a while standing 1. This is while standing, right? So you're coming from crouch, meaning that you can have a bit of a crouch game here. This is something that not many Azucena players talk about, and is that she has a full crouch game. It's not amazing. It's not anything like Anna, for example, but it's still a very good game to play. And I don't see a whole lot of Azucena players utilize this. You have while standing 1. You have full crouch 3, which can lead to the crouch grab. You have full crouch 4. What else? You have while standing 2, which is a launcher. And you have while standing 3, which again, this one puts you in stance at +4. So what's the matter here? What's the matter? Well, the issue here is that while standing 2 is -13, full crouch 3 is -13. So if you're playing like a Mishima or somebody that has a really good low punish game, you're gonna get punished heavily for that. This one is launch right here. Well, full crouch 4. So, and then this one is +4, so it's safe. But if you use these interwoven with one another, you will see that there is still a bit of a mind game here, and that some players are going to be scared to react. And that all starts with while standing 1. Some people think that this is a low or something. Like, it's a bit of a knowledge check. I'm not gonna lie to you. Also, at least from my experience, how side steps can be kind of wonky, but I see this move tracking to her left side. So if the opponent is trying to sidestep to my left, or I guess to their right is my left, they can get caught by this if they immediately try to attack. The way you want to use this move is when you're being pressured. It's one of the reasons why this move, while standing 1, is good against Horang. Because Horang is going to be using a lot of highs eventually, and especially when you're back up against a corner. I like to just do a quick duck while standing 1 right there, And even if it doesn't hit, hey, you know what? At least you backed off a little bit. At least they know that, you're not scared of their pressure. Okay? But in combination with this, you're in crouch already, so you have all these options available to you. So while you're down there, might as well put in some work, all right? Might as well do something while you're down there, okay? Just zip it up when you're done, all right? The L4 3+4 is the name of the game for Azucena. If you're not using L4 3+4 a lot in your matches, you're playing her wrong, just straight up. Like, L4 3+4 is amazing. It's linear, and you're able to sidestep it. Okay, you're able to sidestep it if you're the opponent. The issue is, though, is that it is kind of tricky to sidestep it, especially if they decide to delay the L4 3+4 because it'll track you. I believe the last hit of it is also has a bit of tracking to it. There's good range to it as well. I mean, at 3.8, damn near a distance of 4, you're able to hit them damn near. The only issue is that, as you can see, it hits on the last part of the attack animation, which sucks because it means that the opponent, it's easy for the opponent to see what you're trying to do here. It's easy to react to when you're at that range. So I'd suggest keeping it at like 2.5, 2.8. Keeping it around here is pretty good. You know, not even, I wouldn't even put it at 3. I'll put like 2.6, somewhere around there. It makes it harder for them to react to. But that's not the only thing why you want to use L4 3+4. Not only is it a good approaching tool, not only is it good if you delay it so you can track, not only are you put into stance, but you also have your mix-ups. But before I get into that, before I get into the little mind game here, I want to talk to the opponent here. Okay? The opponent, if they know the matchup even a little bit, all right, they'll understand that this move puts you into stance, okay? Now, we all know that L4 3+4 puts you into stance, live stance, and live stance can parry high, lows, and mids. My fault. Not mids, but grabs. All right, because grabs are highs. All right, scratch that. Okay, you cannot parry mids. That would be crazy. That would be overpowered. All right, but here's the thing: the parry window when you're in live stance from this move has a duration, okay? It's not instantaneous. And that is something that I think opponents need to understand, is that all because you're in live stance from the move doesn't mean that your parry automatically enters, all right? To demonstrate, here. I'm doing a move. Oh. And it's getting interrupted. I'm doing a 4-3, a 4 2+4 into lib 3. Here's lib 4. Here's lib 1. Here's lib 1+2. Okay. So obviously, if the opponent is quick enough, they can dig jab you out of the stance. As the Azucena player, you have two options though. All right. You could either hold the stance. You can do an orbital out of stance, or I lied to you. There's a third option here, and that is going to be the main factor of this move here. The main factor of using L4 3+4. Lib 2. Lib 2 is an amazing move. All right. It's not. It's a mid. It's not homing, but it tracks so well. It's a heat engager. Does decent damage, and if they try to dig jab you after this, look at the health difference, look at the distance that's gained, so you can just quickly go after them. It's a win-win situation for you. Okay, it's a trade-off in your favor, and that's just going off of lib 2. So sure, you could just stay in lib to do the low parry. Sure, you could do an orbital. But all those carry a sort of risk to them, correct? All these moves have some sort of risk. Not with lib 2 though. Lib 2 can do it all. But like everything else in Tekken, there's a bit of a caveat to that, though. You see, another thing that the opponent can do if they see that, the dig grab is not working, or dig jab, is power crushing. So if dig jabbing isn't working, and you're continuously using lib 2 after up forward 3 plus 4, their counter will be doing a power crush. But again, these are layers of mind gaming here, okay? The average player is not going to automatically assume to use their armor move against lib. They're going to try to do something else. And once they start using power crushes, you can start mixing them up as well. Okay? So again, there are answers to these problems and problems to these answers. So keep that in mind. Another great thing about this move as well, L4 3 plus 4, is there's a back turned version as well. Okay, for the same frames, essentially the same thing except you're in back turn, alright? Now, what I want you to do is to test out the opponent, to see if they're patient, to see if they want to press, to see if they're going to respond to you, is you do back turn 1 plus 2. This move is minus 11, so it's fairly punishable. Okay, there's a bit of tracking to them in covering your, I believe, your left side. Okay, but here's the issue here. Okay, I've set it so that they can do a jab and a down for 1. Okay. Yep. If they attack after this in back turn, you get a free launch. Counter hit launch. Doesn't matter. Here's the forward version. As you can see, they can't do anything about that. They're gonna either trade or they're gonna eat the mid into the heat engager for another mix-up. Okay. So please, I implore you, all right, to use L forward 3 plus 4 into lib 2, or L forward 3 plus 4 back into back turn 1 plus 2. These two moves are great at building pressure, great to check your opponent to see if they're pressing, good to see what their answer is, and just, again, applying these moves into your everyday match will lead to great results. And it works at all levels of play. So please, use these moves. 9 times out of 10, the opponent's going to have to deal with this, and 9 times out of 10, your lib 2, your back turn 2, again, it'll give you tremendous positive results in your matches. All right, on to the next move. The last move we want to talk about is forward 4. This move is homing. It's a mid. It's -8. Has decent amount of range here. I'm gonna tell him to stop here. Okay. You can mix this up with the mid. Let me see here. The mid right here. The high punch. Or the other high kick. Alright. Forward 4 is an amazing, versatile move. If you're at a distance and you're running at them, a lot of players, especially high rank, they're trained themselves to be able to sidestep while running 3-2, okay? They're able to dodge that. You can mix that up with running into 4-4. Running into 4-4. Okay. The great mix-up, and I catch people all the time with it. Okay, I'm going to be demonstrating videos during these tutorials to show you how versatile this is. Okay. But there's another little thing you could do with this. A little bit of a frame trap, a little bit of a cool little thing here. So let's say the opponent's back is against the wall here. Okay. And what you want to do is obviously you're going to try to sidestep. So first off, you want to check them with the mid, the homing mid here. But most importantly, you're going to want to do the punch extension, the high. Okay. See what's happening there? If they decide to retaliate after the punch lands, you can go for a quick 1+2 or 1-2 for a wall splat. Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. As you can see right there, if they try to go for a fast mid, 1+2 isn't going to help them. It's going to solve that issue. So you can do 1-2 instead. Okay. But let's say you don't want to do that, right? You do this, you could just sidestep. You could just sidestep right after the attack lands. Okay, so after the punch lands, you can either go for a 1+2, 1-2, or just sidestep. What's great about using 1+2, in my opinion, is that it is a high, and the high crushes. So this kind of covers you just a little bit more than 1-2. Okay. But the issue is, if you notice, these are all highs. The punch is a high. The 1-2 is a high. The 1+2 is a high. If the opponent knows what's going on with this and what you're trying to set up, they can immediately just duck, wait for you to do the move, and just completely launch you and punish you for it. Okay? With Reina especially, she could just do her spring kick, not spring kick, but her hop kick right after that, after ducking, and there's nothing you can do about it. But again, that requires the opponent to have knowledge of the matchup, knowledge of the frame trap that you're trying to do here, and essentially read that that's what you're trying to do. Because again, you don't have to go for any of this, you can just go for the sidestep. What's most important is that they have to duck the jab here. If they duck the jab, then they can immediately respond to whatever you're trying to pull out. But if they don't duck this, then your options are available immediately. So anyways, to recap, use while standing 1. Use this in combination with all of our other full crouch moves while standing moves. You'll get some really tremendous results. Use forward 4 from a distance as keep out or as a mix up with while running 3-2. You can also use it against the wall. Lastly, I'm saving this one for last because out of all these moves, this is the one that you're going to be utilizing in neutral, utilizing at any level of play. You're going to have to be using this move throughout the entire match until the opponent gives you a reason not to. Okay, using up forward 3 plus 4 into lift 2 or into back turn 2. Because unless the opponent really knows what's going on, you're going to be winning that interaction majority of the time. Okay? And once the opponent starts reacting to you and answering to you, that's when you're able to utilize a lot of the mix-up that Lib has to offer. That is it. Hope you have a great time. Let me know if this tutorial has helped you out in your gameplay. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.